Using the timeless wisdom of Napoleon Hill, 10 things to avoid if you don't want to be poor forever. From the pages of Think and Grow Rich and the teachings of countless self-made millionaires, Napoleon Hill distilled the principles that enable ordinary people to achieve extraordinary wealth. Yet, just as there are foundational actions to embrace, there are destructive habits and mindsets you must ruthlessly eliminate. Below are 10 critical pitfalls you must avoid, each explored in depth, with the reason you must cut it out of your life if you truly desire prosperity. 1. Procrastination, the thief of time and opportunity. Procrastination is not merely a bad habit. It is the single greatest obstacle standing between your current situation and the wealth you deserve. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done the day before yesterday. Every moment you delay action, you erode your momentum, you allow fear and doubt to grow, and you squander the most precious resource you will ever own. Time. A lucrative idea waiting in your mind today becomes tomorrow's regret if you fail to act." To conquer procrastination, establish a steel-bound rule to take at least one decisive step toward your goal every single day, no exceptions. Train yourself to finish what you start, because wealth flows to those who deliver. 2. Lack of definiteness of purpose. Wandering without a compass. Without a clear, burning purpose, your efforts become scattered and ineffective. Hill insisted, a person without a definite purpose is like a ship without a rudder. People who never accumulate significant wealth often spend their lives darting from one trend to another, chasing shiny objects, but never mastering a single craft. Your mind is a goal-seeking mechanism, but it must be aimed precisely. If you don't define how much money you wish to earn, why you wish to earn it, and by when, you will drift in a sea of good intentions. Craft a written statement declaring your exact financial objective. Read it aloud morning and night, and take specific steps each day to bring it into reality. 3. Negative mental attitude, inviting poverty to stay. Your environment and the conversations you listen to shape your thinking more than you realize. A negative mental attitude is like a magnet that draws misfortune, criticism, and failure. Hill asserted, all achievements, all earned riches, have their beginning in an idea. Yet a mind clouded by doubt, envy, and complaint cannot nurture the seeds of prosperity. If you spend hours dwelling on what you lack, on the economy, on the people who have more, you become blind to opportunities the universe is placing before you. To eliminate negativity, surround yourself with positive influences, books, podcasts, mentors, friends who lift your vision and fan your faith in abundance. For fear of criticism, letting others control your destiny. Most people do not become wealthy because they are terrified of what others might say or think. Fear of criticism shackles your ambition, prevents you from taking bold steps, and keeps you playing small. Hill's research showed that the most successful individuals forged ahead despite ridicule, gossip, and doubt from their peers. If you allow the voice of the crowd, your family, your colleagues, your neighbors to dictate your actions, you surrender the reins of your life. Train yourself to regard criticism as a sign you are doing something worth noticing. Develop the mental toughness to believe in your vision more than you fear disapproval. 5. Indecision, the enemy of progress. Where exactly does indecision arise? From confusion, lack of knowledge, or insufficient faith? Napoleon Hill famously said, "Successful people make decisions quickly and firmly, and change them slowly." By contrast, the poor and the mediocre vacillate endlessly, torn between conflicting opinions and what-ifs. Each moment spent in indecision is an opportunity lost, an investment unmade, a client unacquired. To break this habit, cultivate a bias toward action. Set deadlines for decisions. Seek only enough information to make an informed choice. Then move forward without hesitation. Should new evidence emerge, adjust but never regress into paralysis by analysis. 6. Lack of persistence, quitting just before the breakthrough. Every great inventor, entrepreneur, or leader faced failure often many times over before achieving success. Persistence is the power that transforms defeat into triumph, Napoleon Hill observed. Many a person is defeated not by lack of ability, but by lack of persistence. The willingness to push through discomfort, to learn from setbacks, and to keep going when success seems distant is the hallmark of those who accumulate real wealth. The poor often give up 2 or 3 feet from the finish line, never realizing how close they were to victory. Forge a persistence that refuses to bow to adversity. When you hit a roadblock, seek another route. When doors slam, knock louder or build your own. 7. Overindulgence, sacrificing long-term gains for short-term pleasure. Discipline in small things leads to freedom in great things. Conversely, the habit of overindulgence, whether in food, entertainment, shopping, or other comforts, erodes your ability to save, to invest, and to devote time to meaningful work. Hill highlighted that self-discipline begins with the mastery of the self. If you regularly squander your time binge-watching shows, numbing out on social media, or spending money on fleeting thrills, you cultivate a mindset of instant gratification. Wealth creation demands sacrifice, saying no to the easy and the immediate so you can say yes to the significant and the lasting. 8. Association with negative influences, contracting limiting beliefs. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your circle is full of pessimists, complainers, and victims, you will absorb their limitations. Hill emphasized the power of the Mastermind Alliance, a group of like-minded, success-oriented individuals who uplift and challenge each other. Conversely, toxic relationships drain your energy, steal your optimism, and keep you stuck in a low-vibration state. Conduct an audit of your associations. Ask yourself whether each person in your life inspires you to grow or drags you down. Then, consciously expand your circle to include mentors, peers, and friends who embody the success you seek. 9. Failure to plan financially, allowing your money to slip away. Even if you earn a respectable income, without a clear plan for saving, investing, and allocating resources, you will end up living paycheck to paycheck. Napoleon Hill taught that budgeting is not a straitjacket, it is a roadmap that directs your financial energy toward your purpose. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Create a detailed budget that prioritizes your financial goals. Generating an emergency fund, paying off high-interest debt, investing in assets that produce income. Automate your saving and investing so it happens before you have the chance to spend. Treat your budget as sacred, adjust only when disciplined deliberation demands it. 10. Ignoring personal development. Stagnation kills potential. The most valuable asset you possess is not your job title, your car, or your home, it is you. Your ability to earn increases in direct proportion to your ability to learn, adapt, and innovate. Napoleon Hill's entire career underscored the importance of continuous self-improvement, in skills, in mindset, and in character. Those who stop growing soon start shrinking. If you neglect reading books, attending seminars, seeking mentorship, or mastering new technologies, you resign yourself to obsolescence. Make a lifelong commitment to personal growth. Read daily, practice deliberate skill building, solicit honest feedback, and apply lessons immediately. Each new skill, each new insight compounds to create wealth far beyond the sum of its parts. My final words from you. Avoiding these 10 pitfalls is not merely about cutting out bad habits, it is about building a fertile inner environment in which the seeds of abundance can flourish. Napoleon Hill's wisdom reminds us that riches begin in the mind and take form through persistent, purpose-driven action. By eliminating procrastination, forging a definite purpose, cultivating positivity, and embracing self-sacrifice and personal growth, you align yourself with the universal laws of success. Commit to this disciplined path today, and watch how your world transforms from lack into limitless opportunity.